already, what is the date today? The 10th of January. This month already has been a crazy one, a hectic one. The end of the year was crazy and hectic in a good way. This one's kind of going crazy. Regardless, welcome to January. I'm going to do my makeup right now. Speaking of crazy month, actually I should address. It's like a burn on my face, but I didn't burn myself. So I'm assuming it's something to do with stress. And we're just going to let her live her best life right there. I'm halfway through getting ready. I've done most of my hair. I've got, obviously, these bits pinned back because I still need to, what's it called? Dry and curl them. But I'm going to do my makeup first because I hate when I get that right and then I have to pin it back. So, whatever. I'm going to do my makeup. We're going out tonight for dinner and an escape room. I'm so excited. This year is all about doing things. This year is all about realizing things. No, but for real, this year is all about doing things for me. I'm not going to put any makeup on this big girl. I'm just going to put a like pimple patch over her to cover it, and that's just going to have to do. I think this is going to be too light for me. Anyways, I can bronze it up. This year, yeah, has already been hectic, and I just want to get out and like do more things. I feel like I just sat at home too much the last few years for good reasons, but whatever. And I just want to, I have the idea that I just want to plan activities for every month. I just always want to be doing something so that when I look back on my year, I can be like, wow, look at all the things I did, instead of like, whoa, look at all the time I wasted. Today we are going to do an escape room for a date night and have some dinner in the city, and that'll be it for tonight. Going on a hike this weekend, next weekend. We were meant to go a few days ago, but that didn't pan out, and then we're going to go this weekend, but it's raining, so we swapped the escape room to this weekend. The hike will be next weekend, and then somewhere in the month I want to go to this energy healer that I've been following on Instagram for such a long time. I love all stuff like that, so that's what I want to do. I went op shopping last weekend down the coast in Byron. One thing that makes that icks me out is I watched a TikTok where this girl was saying, like, when you finish doing your makeup and your face might start acting up. And that's what she was explaining, what that itchy feeling is. Like when you do your makeup, sometimes you're like, oh, just itchy. She thinks it's face mites, and I don't doubt her, but also I don't want to know about it. So if I have to know that information, you do too. Anyway, went op shopping last weekend and it was so good. I freaking love thrifting and op shopping. I feel like it's what I was put on this earth to do. Not to be dramatic or anything, but yeah, I literally feel like I was put on this earth to op shop. It's just literally, to thrift. It's just literally my favorite thing in the world. I have like a little, I don't know if library is too generous of a word. It's just like a spare room that I converted into like a little, half converted. I can't even get a full sentence out. Half converted, it's just, I haven't finished it. There's still some more, but I've got like a huge bookshelf and all my books on it and all like knickknacks and stuff. And I found some good little pieces that I can put on that. And some clothes and some other pieces for a family member's wedding. They're doing like the style of all op shop finds. And I was like, oh my god, if you need me to keep an eye out, I totally will, because this is my dream. And I found a bunch of stuff for them and it was so much fun. Good enough. So yeah, this year I just really want to like get out more, do more things, push myself out of my comfort zone. Yeah, like I said before, I just want to be able to look back on my life, or this year, but my life, and just be really proud of all the things that I've done and have stories to tell. Obviously it's January of a new year, so like everyone else, I've been really pushing myself to go to the gym. Well, not really pushing myself, but just focusing on my health more, and yeah, just making sure I'm taking better care of myself. I've really slacked in that area the past couple of years, and it just doesn't feel good to not feel or look good. So I've been trying to focus on that more. A quote that I saw that has really stuck with me and resonated with me is, see if I can find it, because it really spoke to me this year. I've been, for the last couple of years, trying to focus on discipline and consistency and all that good stuff, but I've found, I'm sure most people struggle with it, but yeah, that I'm really struggling with it. And when I don't want to do something, I don't do it. So there's no real opportunity to like override that pattern. It's just like I'm not doing it, which is good and bad. But this year I wanted to change that. Well, for the last few years I've been wanting to change that, and just found that I've been really struggling with it. So when I saw this quote, it really spoke to me, and it felt like actually achievable. Let me find it. Essentially it was consistency through adaptation. And I don't, like, obviously I've heard this before, but it just hit differently this time. But essentially it's the concept of like, show up and do what you can, because that's still showing up. So if you don't have 100% to give that day, then just give what you can, because that's still good enough. It's better than doing nothing, which is that's not a crazy concept. But something about the way it was worded, or I don't know, just something about it hit different. Yeah, it just really struck a chord in me that I was like, okay, like just give what you can. So the other day I was at the gym and I was eager to go. Like, I've been really, really tired, like exhausted lately, but I was still really eager to go. And I got there and I was kind of slow to start, but then there was one exercise that I did that just kind of pushed me a bit too far, and I kind of hurt myself. And it's not an exercise I've ever really done before, so I didn't really know what it was about, how it was going to affect me, and it really hurt. Not even while I was doing it, but afterwards. And then my mood just kind of plummeted. I did a couple more exercises, walked on the treadmill for a little bit because I just didn't want to do any more machine work. And then I went and sat in the car. I was like, I am done. But I'm glad I kept going for a little bit, and I still did some stuff. I adapted a few things to suit me a little bit more, that I was more willing to do, I suppose. I just adapted in the moment so that I could still get some work exercise done. Usually in the past, I think I would normally beat myself up about that and be like, no, I didn't do enough, I didn't do what I came here to do, whatever. But I actually felt so fine about it. I didn't beat myself up. I was just like, no, well, I still came and did what I needed to do. Maybe not in the same way that I had anticipated, but something is better than nothing. And even that shift in mindset is huge for me, because I beat myself up way too much. So we're trying to curb that this year. It has been raining for ever. I have a cup of tea, some bickies. I'm watching the girls' bathroom, Sophia and Cinzia. Well, I'm watching their vlog channel, not their podcast. But it's pouring rain. We were meant to go on a hike today, but that's okay. Instead, let's talk about this book. I am this far through. I have this much to go. This series is killing me slowly. Truly and slowly, it is killing me. First two books, so I read this series in series order, I think is what it's called. Not in written order, not in chronological order, but in series order. So I read The Assassin's Blade first, then Throne of Glass all the way through. I did Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. I did the tandem read. Now I'm on to the last book. Thank God. Thank God. I didn't like the first two books. I can appreciate that they were written by a 16-year-old apparently, but I did not like them. Crown of Midnight, I was like, okay. Heir of Fire, I was like, okay. Queen of Shadows was my favorite. Like, I would say it still is. Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, I really love them both. I wish I could have read them separately, but I wouldn't have enjoyed them if I didn't tandem read. No, that's a lie. I would have enjoyed them. I like that it was a tandem read, but I was too focused on the fact that I was doing a tandem read to fully divulge into the story. I don't know why. It just always threw me that I was reading them at the same time, but that's okay. Got through them. I really liked them. I really, really liked them. I loved Tower of Dawn. Everyone says it's a boring book. Everyone says that if you don't read it in tandem, it'll be hard to get through. I obviously can't speak to that because I read it in tandem and I read it alongside an action-packed book, but I feel like I would have loved it just as much if I read it by itself. I adored it. Kingdom of Ash is almost the same size as Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms together. Like, it's literally this much off. It's crazy. I am enjoying it, but I'm finding with this series, I just want to get through it. It's not life-changing, it's not groundbreaking, it's not world-shattering to me like ACOTAR was.
Could you try again?
That's Siri talking to me. ACOTAR was unbelievable. Crescent City is probably my least favourite. Actually, is it? I don't know. Potentially. Yeah, I think Crescent City is my least favourite out of the three. I've been in this world for so long and I'm not someone that can take a break reading a series. Like, I'll forget too much stuff if I chop and change from another book. So there's a part of me that just really wants to just get it done and be over with. And there's a part of me that's really enjoying it. But it is, God, it's rough for me personally. Just to exist in this world for so long. I'm so tired. I can't even imagine how the characters are feeling. I'm exhausted. Now, I know that there is some big shock thing that happens in this book and I've not read it yet. So I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this clip because this is me pre-knowing what the shock thing is and I'm just anticipating it. Like, I have pretty much gone throughout this series and ACOTAR not using my logical brain. I really just surrendered to the idea of reading a fantasy book and I wasn't trying to guess what came next, which is what I normally do watching TV shows or whatever. I just was like, I don't want to try and figure it out. I just want to read it as it comes. And throughout this series, that's what I feel like I've done. But knowing that there's something pretty life-changing that happens in this book, I'm just anticipating it. I'm assuming it's going to be at the end, but she doesn't usually leave on cliffhangers in the sense that the last page is the craziest cliffhanger. It's in my eyes anyway, maybe I'm forgetting. It's been a while. But usually she comes up with a cliffhanger towards the end of the book and then there's kind of a story afterwards. I can't even begin to imagine what this crazy thing is. I have my theories, you know, as I read and things unfold, I have my theories, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it's just crazy. At the moment, it feels like everyone is coming together, it's all going to be happy, and in the back of my head, I'm just thinking, this is not going to last. This will come to an end, and that makes me nervous. I would say like a few more pages until I'm halfway, and then the countdown's on for the end. Aww. I feel fine, I think. Like, I'm sad. I'm gonna cry. That's for damn sure. I know I'm gonna cry. It's just, I've been in this series for so long. I'm excited to read other things. Plus, there's a lot of new books coming out. I don't even like... Okay, let's look up some things here on my iPad. I'm obsessed with my iPad. Onyx Storm is coming out when? The 21st of January. I want to be done this book by the end of January. I do not want to... I wanted to be done this book in December, but that's fine. I hope I'm done, but I don't even want to jump into Onyx Storm. I'm nervous. Then we have the 11th of Feb, the third book in the Emily Wilde's series. I think... I'm saying series, not Siri.
Really? No way. Me too. If you want me to start calling you that, just ask.
No thanks. What's the date today? The 11th. It comes out today or tomorrow. Oh my god. Okay, so Emily Wilde's, how do I pronounce this? Compendium of Lost Tales. The first one was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Then it was Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands. And the third one is Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. I'm so excited for that. This series has been like an all-time favourite for my sister and I. Look how far I have to go before I can even read that book. Plus, I have other books on my shelf that I've yet to read, obviously, and I'm just really looking forward to them. I'm kind of also looking forward to getting out of fantasy for a while. There's a new book coming out this year sometime, a new ACOTAR book, which I'm really excited for. But I do just need a break. I'm gonna have to read Onyx Storm at some point, but I'm scared to get into that because I did not like book 2. That's just my honest opinion. I felt like, I'm pretty sure she was rushed to write it, and I feel like you can tell that that's the case. I loved book 1 and I'm just nervous for book 3, so I don't know how eager I'll be to jump into that. I also just need a break from fantasy, I think. I think it's called Blue Sisters, or the Blue Sisters, something like that, on my shelf to read. And I'm excited for that because it just is going to get out of the fantasy land for a little bit. I have to be done this book by the end of January. I can't, this needs to end. So I'm just going to have my tea for today, watch some YouTube, read some more of my book, call my sister, and chill out. The escape room that we did last night was so fun. The place that we went for dinner, not good, but the escape room was fun. And we finally finished Lost. Today we watched the last 2 episodes. The last episode, I bawled my eyes out throughout the whole thing. I still have questions unanswered for that series. I felt like I was lost, genuinely lost throughout most of watching it, but it's done. It's finally done. I don't have to think about Lost anymore, but I did cry my eyes out the whole last episode. Lots of endings for the beginning of this year. Let's look at me and see how easy it was. Does it look like it was easy?
Yeah, you look good.
My face is...
Pink's just your natural colour.
Okay, so I died on the way up. I'm excited for the way down. And the view is really nice and there's butterflies everywhere. feels nice to be up here though, and I'm in this little seat that was made for me. I literally can't stop staring at my face, how red it is. I feel, this happens at the end of, well not the end, but when we get to the top of every hike, I'm like delusional and I just want to like close my eyes or look down to regulate my body again. But then I miss the view. Yeah.
You get on a Stairmaster.
Yeah. The Stairmaster kills me.
That's the idea.
I know. But then that's what I thought of at the beginning of this. I can only last 5 minutes on the Stairmaster before I die. And this is 25 minutes of stairs up to the top of a mountain. And I thought I could do it, and then, yeah, I forget the journey up always.
It's a lot nicer than walking down though.
Obviously, and like nice stuff to look at, but like I said on the way up, all I want to do then is just look down, or all I can do is look down because I don't have the energy to look around. I love it, but
No, you don't.
I do. Do you think I'm just trying to convince myself I like hiking?
Yeah. Because you like the nature aspect, you hate the hiking aspect.
Yeah, if I could just like get here, I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack because my heart rate goes so fast that it like simulates a panic attack. And then I start freaking out. And then literally that
Just kidding, keep going.
that
Please
last
don't.
little bit, I don't know if you could hear me talking to myself.
No,
You
I was
couldn't?
behind you.
You
Pushing
couldn't
you
hear
up the
me
hill.
at
No.
all? I just had to keep repeating to myself, keep pushing, you're safe, you're fine. Keep pushing, just keep pushing, just keep pushing.
We're gonna die.
Just override the panic that's rising.
Elevated blood pressure.
Literally.
Into the thick of it.
There's a lizard. But we made it to the top. And I like staying at the top for a long time because if I don't regulate myself up here and then we leave straight away like what you like to do,
What?
by the
No.
time I get down it's like, did I even do that hike? I'm delusional.
Don't put it on me.
Nothing as disheartening
As?
on your way up on a hike,
Yeah.
seeing the people come down all calm and like not huffing and puffing.
But they've just been sitting up there.
Yeah. But like you're climbing up thinking this is so embarrassing, like, well, I do because I'm heaving and hoeing like a Fruit Loop.
But then everyone's counting themselves.
Yeah, but everyone's like, oh, this is a beautiful walk on the way down. And you just look like you're escaped an asylum. Okay. Down the mountain, I look like I've been dragged up and then dragged back down. Thrashed. Absolutely thrashed. It was such a nice walk. I'm beyond exhausted. And now we are going to find some op shops. Isn't that right, Andrew?
I guess.
But we did it and it was beautiful. And it's meant to rain. The rain might hit anytime soon. Let's have a look at this road. Cars all along. Seriously had the best day today and I want to talk all about it, but I'm beyond exhausted. What I am going to talk about instead, because I do want these updates, I've got that much left of Kingdom of Ash. I seriously cannot believe I'm coming to the end of this series and I have a lot of mixed emotions about it. On one hand, I'm so excited. On the other hand, I am a little bit sad. I have spent over a year in this series, not consistently. I read the first 2 books and they were hard to get through for me, so I took a break for a really long time and read a whole bunch of other books. And then July last year I got back into it and I'm finally on the last book. I finally am at the end. Obviously like I'm at the end in like that is nothing compared to the whole book, but there's obviously so much that can and is going to happen in these pages. I'm at chapter 100 My camera died. I hope it got everything. Let me check. Yes, it got the last clips. Okay, it is storming here. Thank God. Honestly, I had such a good day today, and it just is so perfect to end it with a storm. Like, there is nothing better than being out in the sun and like having fun all day and then coming home for an afternoon/night storm. Like, that is the most ideal. Anyways, I'm getting to the end and I'm excited. I'm a little bit sad, but mainly excited. I will be reading Onyx Storm, and I will be reading Emily Wilde's third book, and then I'm just going to lock into reading short books, no series, not for a little while. It's such a big thing to dedicate all your time to. Even though I'm going to be reading multiple books, I just want to break from living in like one world, because I live my life and then I read for obviously joy, but not to escape my life, but yes, or to escape my life. And to be in a series this deep, it just feels very much like I'm escaping my life to go into this life, and this has felt so, I mean, like I said, I've been in it for over a year at this point, so I'm ready to put this to bed. Okay, there was actually something in here that made me excited. I don't want to say anything because I obviously don't want to spoil it, and my sister hasn't finished reading the series yet, so I don't want to say anything until I know for a fact she's through the series. But there was like a passing, it was just like a blip of detail in here that really just made me excited, and that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'm just gonna lay down in bed. I'm gonna light a candle. I don't think I'll finish this tonight, even though I'll want to. But I'm just gonna, keep pushing through, keep fucking through. I cannot believe that I'm like at the end of this book. I remember picking this book up and feeling so overwhelmed, and like it was so daunting to me. And I was just like, I just can't focus on it. Like, I just can't focus on where I'm at. And now all of a sudden I've blinked. It's been probably a month at this point. No. Probably like 3 weeks it's taken me to get through it. And I'm here. I'm at the end. It's the end of the series for now, I think. I don't know if there's any more for this series coming out, but it's the end and I'm excited. So I'm gonna tuck myself into bed. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna journal a little bit. I'm gonna scull some water, and then I'm gonna knock the fuck out. I just finished Kingdom of Ash. I've been crying for hours. My eyes are hurting. My head hurts. I'm so exhausted. Oh my God. I'm so emotional. I cannot believe I'm actually done. And I have so many thoughts I'm still processing. Oh my God. My head hurts. I'm still processing. Let's debrief a little. So I had seen multiple people and people close to me that have read the book talk about some big, devastating betrayal that happens, that it's just like you would never see coming. It's nothing like they can describe, like some big thing. And I've got that in the back of my head the whole time. And obviously as I'm nearing the end of the book, I'm thinking about that more and more, like what is this big thing that's going to happen? And it never came. So I feel like that ruined it a little bit for me, because I was like just waiting and anticipating this big thing. And like by the end of it, I couldn't stop myself from coming up with theories along the way. Like as things would happen, I'd be like, oh, maybe this is what it is. Maybe this is what it leads to, whatever. I'm trying to connect the dots. And it just never came. But that didn't stop me from crying for the past 3 or 4 hours. I started reading at around 3 o'clock and it's now 7:15. So almost 4 hours of reading, and I cried on and off throughout the whole thing because it's obviously the end and there's like all the ending stuff happens. There were some really cool standout things that I picked up on because this is the last series of hers, of Sarah J. Maas, that I've read. So I read ACOTAR first, then Crescent City, then, what's it called? Throne of Glass. So there were things that I did pick up on it up on during reading that if I hadn't have read the other 2 series, I think I would have forgotten reading them. Does that make any sense? The divine timing of finishing Kingdom of Ash today is that Onyx Storm was released today. So I went and bought my copy this morning. I'm so exhausted, like my head is pounding. Actually, I should have some water. My head is pounding, my eyes are swollen and like I can't keep them open. I don't think I'm going to start Onyx Storm tonight. I don't think I can do it to myself. I think I'll start tomorrow night, see how I feel. I'm also not like itching to read Onyx Storm because I think I may have already mentioned this, but I didn't like the second book. So I'm a bit nervy going into reading the third. I just simply cannot believe that I'm done Throne of Glass. And oh my God, just so much happens in that series. Like at the end of the book, it's like not even like a huge point to the story. It's just something little happens that made me personally reflect back onto the beginning books and just like where these characters were at the beginning of the book. And I was just like, holy fuck, I can't believe that's the same series. Like this is all the same storyline. Oh my God. I'm drained, but I'm so glad that I'm done. I actually would have preferred Kingdom of Ash to be much smaller. I feel like there's so much that could have been cut out of that. Just like more repeating than she normally even writes in. Like it was just like overkill with like the same information, and some of the stuff it was just like that didn't need to happen in my personal, like I actually don't really like this last book as a whole. The ending was good, but I think I would have liked more at the end of the after, if that makes any sense. I'm trying not to say anything in case people haven't read the story. I know for a fact my sister hasn't, so I'm trying not to say anything, but I wish there was more of the end. Overall, it was not my favorite book in the series. I found it to be really long and draining and honestly exhausting. I thought I just heard my garage door open. My favorite books were Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, and Tower of Dawn are my 3 favorite, and Empire of Storms is my least favorite out of those 3. Yeah, Queen of Shadows, is that what it's called? Queen of Shadows? I think so. The one before the tandem read, I'm pretty sure. I loved that one. And Tower of Dawn I really loved too. I would probably say Queen of Shadows is my favorite book in the series, then Tower of Dawn, then Empire of Storms. I would say Kingdom of Ash, Heir of Fire, and what is that other one in the middle? They're tied after that. And then Throne of Glass and Assassin's Blade are tied below that again. So Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, they're tied bottom. Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, and Kingdom of Ash tied above for second place, I suppose. No. For 4th place or whatever. 5th place. So wait. Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass tied for 5th place. Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Kingdom of Ash tied for 4th place. Then it would go Empire of Storms on its own for 3rd place, Tower of Dawn on its own for 2nd place, and Queen of Shadows on its own for 1st place. I'm just looking at it. That would be my ranking. I honestly cannot even fathom the idea of opening this book right now. Onyx Storm. Had to buy 2 because Andrew reads this series as well, and we're going to be reading like at the same time. I'm already looking at the back and I'm nervous. I don't want to read it anyways. Yeah, I can't even fathom the idea of starting this. Every time I have to go and buy 2 copies of this series, I feel like Andy in The Devil Wears Prada, but she has to find the 2 manuscript copies of Harry Potter for the twins. That's what I feel like every time I'm sourcing these books. For me and the man. Yeah, I can't even fathom the idea of that right now. What I can fathom the idea of is a package got delivered today. A package that I have been waiting on. Let's turn some lights on. a package that I have been waiting on, that we have been waiting on for 2 months. Not an exaggeration, 2 months. So our walk-in wardrobe, which is empty, it had these big ass friggin' cupboards in it, like IKEA pack cupboards, and there was 3 of them, but I felt like they were all different sizes, like even how far they came out, the depth of them. So it was just like a bit awkward in there. I felt like it was a waste of space. It wasn't going to fit all our both of our clothes in there. So I wanted to redo the room with more like open exposed like rails and put like some drawers and stuff in there, but just make it a better use of space, and so that more of our clothes could fit in. So we found this big ass rack like that attaches to the wall and the ground, and it's all like open exposed, like, what is it, it's almost like industrial style with the railings, and it's like metal and whatever. And we've got one huge one that's going to go on the back wall, so on that wall, and then we have 2 single smaller ones that we're thinking we'll put on the inside wall. So if you come in, on this wall will be the huge one, and then on this wall we'll put the 2 smaller ones, and then we'll see what space we've got left, if we can fit any drawers in. But I wanted to be smart about the space, and this for now seems like the only option that made complete sense to me. Obviously we'll be redoing this room at some point with the paint swatches on the wall. We're trying to figure out what colour to paint it. But yeah, our first like official project, and it's not even that, like that's just being so dramatic, is fitting that in. At the moment, both of our clothes are in the spare bedroom cupboards. Oh, let me go and show you my back room. Although it has gotten 10 million times worse because I've been buying stuff to help people with their wedding. They're doing like op shop glassware and stuff, so I've been helping with that. So this room at the moment is in shambles. It's obviously a spare room. I want to get a fold out couch that'll go there. I can't unpack. This is from when we moved in July. I can't unpack these boxes because my clothes are in this cupboard. So there is literally no room for me to unpack and store all this stuff that I don't want out. I've obviously got my bookshelves. This is not how I want this to even stay. Yeah, this mattress can't be on the floor anymore. People have been coming to visit and staying on the floor. And then obviously there's all this shit on the ground as well. So this room is just like in complete disarray and chaos, which is fine because it's worked up until now as it has. And then obviously the other spare room, which is around the corner, essentially opposite, is storing all the other clothes, which is also a spare room. So that room gets messy as well. And plus we just want our clothes in our room. Like we've got the space for it. So I think what I'm going to do tonight is unbox all the stuff and build it as much as I can, stand it up in there, and then that way it's ready to go for when we want to install it. Yeah, I'm just really eager to have it set up and ready. Oh my god, it's going to be so good to finally have a wardrobe in here. And that way, like when we have a shower and like we need to get dressed, not having to walk all the way down the other end of the house. A privilege, honestly. Like this is not me complaining at all. It's just our bedroom is here, our bathroom is there. When we get out of the shower now, we can get changed. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I may even bring my laptop in and just watch something. I don't even want to think. My head hurts so badly. I'm going to scull some water, maybe order some food, and while I'm waiting for that, I'll start unpacking the box and putting things together. We'll see how we go, but I just zone out and work with my hands right now. I do not want to be sitting down and reading. I want to be working and creating and doing something physical and hopefully just work this headache off. That has been sitting at customs, like, because it was delivered by sea on the ship. It has been sitting at customs waiting for clearance since the 27th or 28th of December. It is now the 21st of January and I ordered it on the 28th or 27th of November. It's taken a long time and I'm just so ready to do it, so. Okay, back in the room. Back at it again. Let's take a look. This is what I've built so far. I'm debating, there's meant to be, where that pole is, it'll go another one on the wall like these things. Obviously another one coming up here and into the wall, another one coming up here. I'm debating whether we even put those on because I would like to put shelving above. Anyways, then we have another one here that'll go in the middle and another one over there that I've half built that'll go up the top. So I'll have 2 single ones going like that. And that's where we're up to. So now it's just like installing it and like screwing it all in and stuff. But we have these marks all over the wall that have been kind of filled that I'm gonna go over and fill in myself. I have to sand it down a bit, fill it in. I'm gonna clean all that up, fill in all those holes. Hopefully we get to installing it today, fingers crossed, and then we can start moving our clothes in. Hell yeah. Some big progress has been made, and by big progress, I mean big progress. I was going to say complete progress, but that is a damn lie. I couldn't even get a single clip. Actually, no, I did get some clips of putting it together, but then we had to take the whole thing apart again and rework it because we just didn't like the setup. So we ended up having to take apart the racks because we just needed to put them together better, and that took forever, and then lining everything up took forever, and we were just so over it. That was, what day are we on? We started Wednesday night, and then Thursday night, like it took forever to get the big one in. Then Thursday night we installed the other 2 single ones. Then I pushed Andrew to his absolute limits and I was like, we need to go to Bunnings and get the shelves. Like it needs to be done tonight so I can start organising it, putting all our clothes in. I cannot live, now that we're so close, I cannot live without it being completely finished. So let's have a look. So we have the big rack with the 2 shelves that we installed. We have all this space down here. And then on this side, we have the 2 single racks with 1 shelf. It is unreal. All of our clothes are in. We need to get baskets for the tops for the pants to go in because they're nice and neat now. They will never, ever, 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 ever look like this again. I want to put some hooks in here. Either one there and one there, or just 2 on this wall to hang like our dressing gowns and stuff. Look how good it looks. I'm just so happy. It's a bit tight in here. Like if we had clothes all the way to the end, it would be quite squishy. But that's okay because we wanted to make the most out of the space. Like we don't need a lot of room to be walking around in here. That's not the point of it. And this is also not a space to like get changed in. So yeah, I'm so happy it's done. It was kind of painful at some parts, just like making sure everything's even. I'm so OCD like that. Like it needs to be perfect. It's not just bang it up. We hit a rough patch for a little bit until we figured it all out. It was just tedious, like screwing everything in and getting it all perfect and set up right and like the way I wanted it. This railing is all the way against the back wall. This railing is all the way against this front wall so that there is space for like my pants and dresses to hang without it hanging on the thing. Like the railing ends there and then my shirt starts. So they needed to be set up in a particular way, and then I wanted this whole big one to be all the way against that wall so that we did have this gap here. So yeah, this downlight is really harsh on my face. We just still need to get the hooks, the baskets and the door, obviously, because at the moment everyone comes in here. Both cats love, there is literally like the clothes pretty much touch the floor, but both cats like to come in here and hang out. And obviously the dogs like to come in. Oh, it just feels so good to have all our clothes in one space, all hanging up in our bedroom, ready to wear. Like, it's just so good. In other fun news, today I went and test drove some cars. I wanted to test drive a RAV4, but for what I want the car for, it can't do what I need it to. And I went and test drove a Jimny too. Again, I don't know if that is like the full vibe I'm after. I really don't know. I have a lot to think about, and I would not be buying it brand new off the lot. I would look on like for resale cars. I didn't get any footage of that. Oh, we got our computers fixed, and while we got them fixed, he fixed them up. I'm gonna have a shower and then we're gonna play this new game called Aloft, I'm pretty sure it's called, and this game together. We loved playing Raft together. This is very like the most similar thing to Raft I've seen since Raft come out, because so many games are like that survival thing, whatever, and they claim to be similar to Raft and they're just not. But this one actually looks like it is. Triple J Hottest 100 was today and Chapel Roan got #1 and I cried because go her and go women. But I cried. But yeah, been all around the countryside today. I feel like we went literally all over. Did some op shopping again. I literally cannot stop. Like, I'm fully addicted. Cannot stop. But yeah, this is just my pride and joy at the moment. Truly just the best. I literally lay in bed and I just stare at it. It just looks so good, so clean. It looks aesthetic. It looks like someone else fucking, like a professional installed it. It is honestly just, I cannot emphasize enough how much I love it. So yeah, now I've just been looking online in like Facebook Marketplace and stuff, just try and find a secondhand one of a dressing table that will go there. We'll get a TV mounted, whatever, paint the room. That's all gotta come. Good morning. I put oil in my hair as like a treatment before I have a shower, and I just look so beautiful with this greasy, oily hair. A package arrived, so let's open it. It is heavy. It's things I've been waiting on for a little while now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Already I see one of the things that I'm so excited for. I probably could have waited until I had a shower to do this haul, but that's okay. So these are the books I got. I have 4 of them. I've got Spooky Cutie. I've got, I don't really know how to pronounce that word. Hig or Hig or whatever, Heaven. Stress Relief. And Comfy Days. And I love coloring them in, but the markers that I have, I'm not even sure what brand these are. There's 48. And just the colors are limited. Like, I want to expand on the colors. These colors are limiting to me and I wanted more colors. Also, this is how OCD I am. Not OCD, but perfectionist I am. I went through and like made my own little color sheet when I first got them so that I could like put them, because the colors of the marker like don't really match the colors that they are. So I wanted to see like what the real colors would be when I'm coloring in, so I can select the right color. Anyway, so that just wasn't enough of a choice for me personally. So I bought 120 packs. I wanted more like pastel colors because those other ones I have are like very true colors, and there are so many pastels in here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna have to do the paper thing again and like, and it comes with a colorless blender. Oh hell yeah, this is about to be so good. So that means I can like blend the colors. I got some white pens to add in some detailing on my coloring in, to add like, just to make it a little bit more detailed, you know. These should be fine. And what else? Then this is what I'm most excited for. A new shower caddy that we can hang over the door, because we have one that like sits in the corner at the moment and it just takes up space and it just gets dirty and looks gross. So we've got one that will hang over the window, like the glass paneling of the door, and I'm so excited for this. So I'm going to put this together later and hang it up and I'll show you that. And yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I love packages. Now we are going to make this freaking shower caddy and go have a shower and live my best life. Oh my god, this looks so much better. This is exactly what I was looking for. Like, this was the perfect thing. I went to Big W and Kmart, but they all just have really little ones. Paid a pretty penny for this, but I think it's worth it. I absolutely love it when my ideas and visions come to life. I'm so happy about that. Organization and home renovation shit, like, that is just my jam. Turned all the labels to face the front. Flat packs and organizing. Can you get anything better than that? Shower caddy, closet. Rock on, dude. Unbelievable. Another package came in. Sorry that I just keep looking like a bum. I was literally dressed so cute just now. I've just come home from work and I got my period today, so only baggy clothes. I'm wearing my Gary the Snail socks. His shell is a carved pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern. Oh. Anyways, I brought this inside and then completely forgot about it. Let's try it out. Although I am looking better than I was last night. I bought a silk bonnet. Is it 100% silk? 0%. Everything is in like French or something. Let's try it out. How do you do this? Should I flip my hair over? Like flip my head over and put it on? Does that make a difference? I don't really want it to... I'm getting lost in here. I don't even know if I'm putting this on right. My hair. How do people put these on? Oh. I wanted one that would tie up. Golly gosh. No, this is a joke. How do you get all your hair in here? If I do this, then it's all sitting on top of my head. Isn't the point that, like... Oh, let's just try it. I know my hair is all crazy in there. Maybe this one's just too big for the amount of hair I have. I also feel like I'm going to break out every night from this being on my forehead. There has to be a trick. I'm going to look up some videos because the way I did it surely, and I don't want this in my fucking face, the way I did it surely can't be the... I don't also want to lay on this though. I think I'm doing it a bit tight. Like, is that going to be uncomfortable to sleep on? Maybe not. Ow. Wow. Do I just look the best or what? Okay, this is like pushing my eyebrows down too. Maybe I've done it too tight. Let's undo it. Oh, it was way too tight on my head. It did not need to be that fucking tight. Damn. I tell you who I feel like right now. Oh, that's my phone ringing. Professor Quirrell, when he has Voldemort on the back, but this is giving Professor Quirrell with his head wrapped up because he's hiding Voldemort's face on the back of his head. Let's see how my hair looks. Yeah, that is going to be crazy on my hairline. Look, already I need to figure out how to use this. I just got a cheap one. It's for sure not real silk, but maybe it'll help my hair. But I'm gonna go colour in and drink some water and watch TV and read on the lounge. That's all I have the energy for right now.